All right, so let's talk about 2 more benefits of fasting and why I do it. So I'm on week 2 of my 12-week fasting program. So what I'm doing is I'm fasting 1 whole day once a week. And typically I go from my last meal at night to breakfast the day after the fast. So this can range from anywhere from 36 to 48, or not 48, 40 hours usually, sometimes 42. But why do I do this? Well, this specific time frame actually has a really important purpose for me. What we're going to talk about is growth hormone and autophagy. So the first is growth hormone. Growth hormone is, for lack of a better word, the fountain of youth. People pay up to $1,000 a month or more for growth hormone injections. Keeps you young, keeps your skin elastic, helps your body recover from injuries, and grow new tissue. It's great. Now, when you're a child, you have high levels of growth hormone. They hit their peak in your adolescence, and then they decline after that. So anything you can do to keep your growth hormone up is good for you. Keeps you young, keeps you healthy. Now, when you fast, after about 24 hours, you see a 5-fold increase in growth hormone, 500%. Some studies have shown that after 37 and a half hours, which is why I try to go 40 hours, up to a 10-fold increase. One study showed in men a 2,000%, a 20-fold increase in growth hormone after 36 hours. What this means is basically when you don't eat, you cut down your insulin and your growth hormone goes through the roof. And the interesting thing is when you do refeed at the end of the fast, it doesn't drop off like a cliff. It tapers off over the next few days. So by doing this once a week, I raise that growth hormone and it tapers off for the next few days. Then I raise it again, raise it again. Last time I did this, now keep in mind, right now I'm 53 years old. Last time I did this at week 8 or 9, I began to get acne on my back again, back knee, like a teenager, which I hadn't since I was 20. So it increased my growth hormone and changed my hormone profile to be closer to that of when I was a teenager or early 20s. That's pretty immense, pretty intense. So that's one of the main reasons I do this. Second reason is autophagy. Now, autophagy means auto-eating, self-eating, and essentially that's the body's mechanism for cells to recycle old, broken down, worn out organelles. So think of it as if a cell is if a car were a cell, think of it as taking the tires off, melting down the rubber, forming new tires and putting it back on. Same materials, but now you've got a brand new, more usable product. So these cells do this with autophagy. And autophagy gets triggered when you sleep, it gets triggered when you do resistance training, but it gets triggered when you fast, specifically when you go past about 24 to 36 hours. Again, why I want to do this. This helps renew the cells, rejuvenate them, and clean out all the junk and detritus that's in the cells that doesn't get cleaned out when you eat every few hours, like most of us tend to do. So again, it's a very healthy, rejuvenating process that's activated by fasting. This is why I do this. These are the 2 main reasons, because as I get older, I want to live healthy, and you do all the other things, the eating a healthy diet, the exercising, the daily walks like I'm doing right now, to keep yourself healthy. But on a cellular level, fasting provides benefits that those things don't. And they provide benefits that people actually pay lots and lots of money to get, but they just don't want to do the hard work. There's also psychological benefits of doing the hard work, but we'll talk about that in another video. So anyway, peace out. Talk to you later.